Good afternoon and welcome to Sydney Uni Sport and Fitness's very own Roundtable Talk. Semester 2 Welcome Week does look a little different this year due to the current coronavirus pandemic, but we're still committed to ensuring that this whole experience is still eye-opening, informative and inspiring as it always is. My name is Sarah and today I'm joined by SUSF's finance managers to talk about their programs and how they've continued to operate throughout COVID. Well, enough from me, let's go around the circle and have everyone introduce themselves and share what their role is here at Sydney Uni Sport and Fitness. We'll start from this side.
My name's Nora and I'm a group fitness coordinator. So basically I'm in charge of a whole bunch of awesome human beings who take our members through a variety of classes from Pilates and yoga to the high intensity craziness that is body attack and amazing.
Thanks you.
My name is Matt. I head up the Programs and Participation Department at SUSF. We offer a full suite of recreational programs and sporting competitions for all students and staff on campus as well as the surrounding community. This includes school holiday programs for the kids as well as school sport. We offer lunchtime social sport, netball competitions, we have a tennis program, intramural sport, interfaculty sport, short courses, and I'm sure I'm missing a few, but it doesn't end there.
In charge of a fair bit there.
Thanks.
No worries.
So my name is Dylan. I'm the campus manager for Sydney Uni Sport. It essentially involves the operational side of ensuring that all the facilities are running smoothly, all the grounds are running smoothly. I help in the logistics of arranging a lot of the match day events for rugby, soccer, cricket. We look after the function room, so where we do internal and external bookings, such as Christmas parties, luncheons, and then, the gym side of things. So we run 2 gyms, the Arena Sports Centre and the Elite Athlete Gym at the Grandstand. Just ensuring that everything's running smoothly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Last but not least.
Hi, my name's Kelly. I head up the swim programs at SUSF. We are charged with servicing the 4 pillars of our SUSF, our students who we run the popular Water Safe program for. We service the clubs of SUSF, being the swimming club, also the elite athlete program, so a lot of them swim with our varsity and our opens program, and of course our community programs, which involve our popular Learn to Swim for children from 2.5 years of age all the way up to adults. So
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much, guys, for letting us all know a little bit about what you do. A little icebreaker, never heard anyone. How do you like your eggs? Poached?
Me too. Poach, please.
I was going to say poached. You mix it all in with all the
No,
mushies and the halloumi. And
All right, fried then.
Yeah, sunny side up all day. What about you, Kelly?
I'm a bit hot. I like them jammy.
Jammy?
Jammy.
Well, how's jammy?
Jammy is a perfect 6.5 minute egg. White is just firm and the yolk is almost runny. Beautiful on toast, avocado, or with prosciutto.
Well, you heard it here first.
Jammy eggs.
Look them up. Amazing. That's great. Well, let's go over to you, Matt, first. You obviously mentioned that you look after quite a lot of programs here at SUSF, which is awesome, and I've definitely participated in the lunchtime sport myself, and I love it. When you were younger, you wanted to be an astronaut.
Truth.
Yes. But for the last 13 years, you worked here at Sydney Uni Sport and Fitness, and from facility manager to now programs and participation manager. Tell us a little bit more about why you're so passionate about what you do.
I suppose the biggest satisfaction from my job is knowing that all our stakeholders and participants get so much enjoyment out of the programs that we offer. Ranging from the kids all the way through to senior academics, we have something for everyone in the variety of programs that we offer. They just get such a buzz out of what we do for them.
And how do you find, obviously your programs cater to school holiday program right through to university students. Do you find that it's quite hard to contain such a wide age group, or what are some resources that I guess help you keep everyone engaged? Because again, you're dealing with kids that are as young as 5 and university students could be as old as 25 plus.
We're lucky at Sydney Uni to have the best facilities and resources on hand, and we have a very closely knit team that's willing to help each other out. So we strive to offer the best service possible, and we always deliver.
Yes, absolutely. That's awesome. Over to you, Kelly. You hail from a high performance sporting background, having been a swim coach for 15 plus years. And today here at SUSF, you are our swim program manager. What is the most rewarding thing about what you do?
Well, 15 years ago, I did commit, so I've learned from ground roots. So originally, I did teach young children how to swim, and I've progressed throughout to the professional or elite ranks. For me, it's now the ability to take a child, potentially from 2.5 years of age, see them progress through our pathways here, be part of the SU family, through the squads, eventually through to maybe rerouting into being one of our instructors, following through into their 20s to keep swimming with our varsity, and hopefully eventually become an alumni of Sydney Uni. So it's the entire pathway and belonging to SU from potentially from the age of toddler.
I guess it's a massive thing, like being able to witness, I guess, and I'm sure you've seen it time and time again within your career, that you see a kid who starts out with you when they're a junior and seeing them develop to be an adult must be so rewarding.
I've seen a child fall off the ball for a Humpty Dumpty, and I've seen them stand on the national dais. So
wow,
it's pretty amazing. Yeah,
that's actually
so
really
rewarding. Yeah.
Over to you, Dylan. Like Matt, you have been a long-serving employee with SUSF. Growing up, you were involved in a lot of sports, so league, cricket and touch, just to name a few. Fast forward today, you work as our Camperdown facility manager. How has your love for sport complemented your role here at SUSF?
Yeah, like you said, I'm a sports nut. So coming into an environment where you're surrounded by elite athletes, personal trainers, strength and conditioning coaches, it doesn't make it a chore to come into work. It's just a really enjoyable place to come to. I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of elite athletes, a lot of Olympians, high-level sports, men and women from rugby union, cricket, AFL, rugby league. So, to be in an environment where you're around something that you're so passionate about, it's just it just makes me really lucky to be in a place like this.
That's awesome. And you mentioned that you've worked with so many different athletes across different sports. Has there got to be like a memorable moment or a memorable session of having a team here? Because I know that often we open up our facilities to host like representative teams from NRL teams to different ad campaigns. Like, is there a memorable moment that stands out to you?
Yeah, there's a few. Certainly for the Rugby World Cup, Rugby League World Cup that was held last year.
Yeah.
We had the Tongan side come in and train at the TAG facility. And you see the best players in the NRL coming in that you've grown up watching, over the last 10 years. It's pretty amazing to be a part of, and for someone that, played rugby league not so well, but to the point where, I do really enjoy watching it. It's watching these guys that you admire week in, week out, training on the field in front of you. It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
You can see Jason Tamalolo.
Jason Tamalolo,
I love Jason.
big unit, yeah. So, it's pretty amazing.
I reckon I can recognize him. Yeah. You showed him success. 100%. Thanks, guys. Over to the wonderful Nora. For the past 12 years, fitness has absolutely been your jam, and I have to admit you could potentially be the fittest person I know. Just did a pump class this morning, guys. Tell us about the line of work that you're involved in, and the best thing about your job.
I don't think I could narrow it down to one thing, but definitely we have an amazing bunch of members that make a 6:30 in the morning class an absolute pleasure to teach. It's hard to wake up early, it's hard to exercise when you have these smiling faces. It's definitely very rewarding. So grateful for that. And I also have an amazing team of instructors. They help each other out. They do what they need to do, and they bring an amazing energy. So nice for better.
That's awesome. I know you probably can't be biased, but do you have a favourite class?
Grit.
Grit?
Yeah, it's got to be grit. 30 minutes, high intensity, go crazy, and then you're done for the day. Don't need to worry.
It sounds like everything I don't love, but I'm here for it. That's so great. it's actually so great to hear about your programs and how you're so passionate about it and why you're so passionate about it. There's a lot of students actually tuning in right now who are doing most of their study from home, but are interested in spending a bit more time on campus. What would you say in one word or one sentence, because one word is probably a little bit hard, like what is the best thing about your program? And I know that you're facility manager, so what would, kind of change the focus to like facility, like why would you promote our facilities? Why would you promote our programs?
Myself, I know that living through this a pandemic that's changed the nature and the face of society as we know it, I've felt at times alone. So coming back to campus to be engaged in something that is particularly swimming, with somebody social contact, to feel confidence, to learn a new skill, I think would be wonderful. We'd love to see everybody back and engaging and just socialising and coming into our post-normal and just coming back to the future. That's awesome.
I think following on from what Kelly's just said, that we do have a strong community here.
Yeah.
Speaking from my role, it's certainly, you look at the gym facilities and the staff and the members have this really nice dynamic where, we can watch them grow and achieve their goals, but also, have that social setting as well, where you'd often find that, just say if some of our staff were to train in the gym, you'd spend more time talking to members rather than training. So it's a really nice community feel that we're building here as well.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
Yeah, look, unfortunately, due to COVID, a lot of our programs are on ice. It is what it is, but some are running, such as short courses, and I would strongly encourage any students in the area to jump in and pursue something they're passionate about through our short courses, or even try something new and niche. And the first aid courses are also up and running, so there's never been a more important time to know how to look after yourself and others in the community. So by all means, check those out. My recommendation.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think the word for group fitness is it's very inclusive. Yeah, so anyone can partake. There are so many options, so many modifications. So even if you're very new to fitness or you haven't exercised in years, it's a great place to start. It teaches you some basics depending on the class that you pick, and you can always just do half an hour if you don't want to commit to a 45-minute or an hour class, and it'll get you feeling better about your day. So.
Amazing. I love that. I guess, we'll talk about all the things as to why people should get included or why they should be included. What has been the biggest challenge in the wake of coronavirus? I know, as you mentioned, programs have definitely taken a hit, but I guess, are there any glaring challenges that you faced along the way?
I think for me is the obvious, and I think you picked up on my tone. I'm very much a people person and interrelated. So for me, it was the human interface that I lost. We said goodbye to our programs very quickly and abruptly, saying goodbye to families and colleagues. That's what I found the most difficult. The use of technology again to keep in touch with colleagues and Zoom meetings. But there were positives in that we actually managed to get Zoom training up online for our competitive squads. So all through the 3 months they were dry land swimming. So that kept everybody engaged. So that was wonderful for us that we could keep some semblance of going on normality through the initial pandemic. Yep.
Yeah, I think from a facilities point of view, it was just ensuring that the facilities were safe for people to return.
Yeah.
Certainly a month before we reopened, it was a bit of a logistical nightmare, sort of keeping up with the government's recommendations, because it was just changing every 3 or 4 days. Yeah, so it was, we had such a great, dedicated, experienced team that was really, we were absorbing all the information, we were meeting every day, we'd come up with a plan, and then, if it had to change, in a few days, and so be it.
Yeah.
But no, I think, certainly the logistical side of things, that was incredibly challenging.
I think it's a massive credit, though, to you, the whole operations team, to be able to absorb that information, because now we have facilities that are open and operating for anyone that's at home and wants to come visit. Definitely do so. And, you only have to look around the facilities to see how much effort has been put in to ensure that not only the safety of our members is priority, but everyone can still have that opportunity to come in and get that social interaction that they probably would have missed for a long time, as each of us have definitely felt it in some way or another. So, that's very valid and massive credit here to you and the ops team. What about you? Obviously, your programs, there is a massive dependency on students being involved, and with the absence of them on campus, how have you tried to keep afloat throughout that time?
Before I answer that, I just want to agree with Kelly, and the thing I struggled with the most, and my team as well, was that human interaction while not being with the team. Our department is so hands-on and no one day is the same, and we're constantly helping out each other's programs, and obviously that just wasn't happening, so we really missed working as a team. As far as the students not being here, probably the second biggest challenge for me was planning for things that might not end up going ahead. So to keep using the word uncertain, I know we've just thrashed that word this whole time, but it is changing every day, and we're still planning for things that might not happen, and that's probably the biggest challenge for us.
I think once lockdown kicked in, the hardest thing was the realisation of how much members help motivate an instructor. Working out on your own is a disaster. and as much as I thought it was my job to motivate people, I didn't realise the effect that they had on me and how they would make me work harder and be a better instructor. So it was like a big reality check. Oh my God, I need people.
Yes.
They're the reason why I perform the way that I do on stage.
Yeah.
So that was, that was really, really a big eye opener. And obviously not being as physical, and then coming back and going, how are we going to teach to only 20 people when we're used to 50, 60?
Yeah.
Of an evening time. But it's been great. The energy's been there, and the hurdle is almost over. But we've made do. The shock's done.
I think what I love hearing is that community, everyone has said their hands for what it comes down to is community, and that's probably one thing that SUSF does really well is we have created such an amazing community that members feel like family, and that's actually quite special, and I think it makes our organisation second to none. In that breath, I want to go back to you, Nora. I know particularly throughout lockdown when people were at home and classes weren't in action, there was a lot of live videos, so that obviously forced, I guess, group fitness to be done differently.
Yeah.
Now, having been through that, is there anything that you want to do, or I guess you're thinking about to make things a bit easier for the future? Because obviously once we came through this whole uncertain pandemic that just hit us out of nowhere, everyone had to shift to do things very differently. Do things like they were we're having Zoom meetings about 7 times a day, and it was just different. We had to live differently. I guess having been through that, is there anything that you plan to do differently for the future to prepare you for any uncertainty that may come up? And that's a big question.
It is a big question. I don't know. I think just having the online classes was probably a saving grace because we had 2 of our best instructors out there connecting, people that had a good relationship with their members. And so I think that would probably be something that we'd bring on. If God forbid we had to go back into a lockdown, that would be something that we'd bring on.
Yeah.
Or even if this is what we're dealing with, the numbers based on what we're dealing with, maybe offering a live stream to have more people engaged, because we know that group fitness is such a great way to get people moving, even as a stepping stone for other things. So that would probably be something that would be worth investing in, because you can see people little comments in, on the live stream, engaging with cats and dogs and just that sense of real life and normality that we didn't really have. So I think that would be something to focus on if we had to go down.
Amazing. And Kelly, just going back a couple of questions, you mentioned that your swimmers had to do dry land swimming.
Yeah, so
what does that look like?
That looks like
Demo, please.
lots of core work, yes. Lots of core work, and look, it was just wonderful. The younger competitive swimmers are aged from 10, and we had them going through to the 18 to the varsities. So lots of dry land, upper body strength, core work, lots of yoga, Pilates. So then bodies moved in miraculous ways that they never used before, and they have come back to the pool fitter than ever.
Wow.
Last club night we had numerous PBs that we were just flabbergasted about, so they were out of the water, but they came back on par, and skills and turns and things were just
Excellent.
amazing. Yeah,
That's
so
actually really cool to hear.
Yeah.
We've spoken about programs at length for a little bit here. I guess putting it back to the students, why would you encourage students to get involved with our programs or to sign up to our facilities to call this place ever? What would be your words of encouragement to them?
Well, I mean, we've touched on it this whole chat. It's just the community. You know, a place where you can come in, you can meet new people, but at the same time, you can better your health and fitness. You know, a lot of our trainers are just so dedicated and they love what they do, certainly in a gym setting.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're there to help assist and guide you through that journey. You know, we love celebrating those accomplishments that our members hit. So, you know, I mean, I don't think you can really complain if you're training, you're doing something that you love, and you're meeting new people at the same time. Yeah.
Very true.
And the key to a well-rounded education is finding the balance between study and play. You know, and social sport is a great way to let off steam in between lectures and shoots. Great way to make friends and get to know the people you're studying with. You know, uni isn't all just lectures, reading, shoots, right? So it's about forming positive memories about your life on campus.
Yeah.
And being able to share that with people you know.
Good escape.
Good escape.
Good escape.
Yeah.
Come in, do a workout, feel better, go back, kick the ball.
That's amazing. What program other than your own, or I guess I'll change the question for you, what program other than your own is your favourite?
Looking at me?
Yeah.
I love all my programs, but no, that's not allowed that answer. I think I have a lot of respect for the Elite Athlete program.
Yes.
It's very well organised. Obviously, the results speak for themselves for the athletes, but I've witnessed firsthand, as Dylan would have, how committed they are to their training and just the sacrifices they make. So yeah, I would say hats off to the EAP.
Do you have a favourite facility?
Oh,
You could lose friends after this.
no, look, I'm a Camperdown boy through and through. So, you know, anything east of City Road, I don't usually go. But
Get
no,
out.
Get out of here.
I mean, look, certainly, I think, look, if you break it down, you know, I know the arena is a very old building, but the gym itself, you know, it has that grimy, grungy
Yes,
sort of feel.
absolutely does.
And it really appeals to a lot of people. You know, it's somewhere where you can go, you know,
Lift heavy.
you lift heavy, you know, and then you get out, you know, you have a feed at Ralph's Cafe. And,
Amazing.
no, it's great. But I mean, touching on just my favourite program as well.
Yeah.
I sort of am in awe of Matt and the way that you do run that programs department. You know, being somewhat of a logistical nerd, trying to work out how to arrange all these programs, you know, in all different areas. It's just something that, you know, I mean, I'd love to be involved in, but also, you know, I know the amount of work that goes into it. So, yeah, no, I think it's great.
Thanks, mate.
Oh. Kel?
For me, it's the inordinate amount of clubs that we have available. I remember last year in O Week just seeing just the interactive and the types of people that were approaching stands, and you know, you see the fun outgoing wakeboarders. They looked a bit wild, but for me, the thing that I actually see it and am in awe of is the Kendo Club. Like, for me, it is just an amazing spectacle to see the sound, the theatre, the costumes of, you know, of traditions age old. So for me, that's something that I really will stand for minutes and just watch them and just be amazed by a different culture that's so foreign to, you know, water, which is Australian.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I guess we could summarise everything that we've just spoken about. I just really want to thank each of you for for joining and I guess sharing so openly about your love for what you do and why SUSF is so special. I think some things I definitely took away is that yes, one, our community is amazing because it is what it is, but also because of how inclusive we are. And we look at our clubs, for instance, we have over 47 sporting clubs. We attract so many different people. Our facilities attract so many different people, but that's what makes us so diverse and so great, I think. And I love also what you talk about is that having balance to university experience isn't just about the lectures and the tubes and the classes. It's about getting involved in different programs where I guess your members tend to motivate you more than your instructors will motivate them. So you guys shared some really valid information. I'm sure that everyone that's tuning in at home will take something away from it. And if at the very least will be motivated to come in and check out our facilities or go online and see what short courses that we have available. This conversation has been so insightful. Don't forget for everyone that is watching from home that Welcome Week is still in full swing. Be sure to check out our socials to stay up to date with all our content. But in the meantime, thank you again to everyone. Stay safe and be kind.